We went through March of troubleshooting Windows startup last week. I'm going to start a little bit today on networking, which starts next week, but we're missing 2 days next week. So I allow more time for networking because it's challenging to understand. There's a lot of pieces that are in there. And this is a good place to get started. It's just looking at network settings. So I'm going to lab 7.1. We'll use this as a place to start our discussion and learning about network connection settings. And while we're going through this, we will also look at settings on our computer. Lab is loading. Please wait. I don't know, it never seems to take that long at home. Okay, there it is. So we're going to look at the details of your wireless adapter, which is, there is really no difference between a wireless adapter as far as networking goes and a physical adapter that's connected to the wall with a Ethernet plug. If you look to the right and left, you'll see those blue cables plugging into the wall. Those are our Ethernet cables that are connecting all of our desktops to our switch in the back, which connects all the computers together. Well, all of these computers also have a wireless card. So the settings are the same regardless. The stuff we're going to talk about is the same. There are some specific things for wireless. Like for instance, it's having us click the wireless guy in the toolbar, and it's saying that we are secured. So normally when you're connecting up to a wireless network with your laptop, I doubt you've ever connected up to anything in this day and age that's not secure. Very unusual to find an open access point without security. Even the WNCC internet, I don't think that's secured, is it? No, because you don't type in a password. Public places will have public Wi-Fi and they won't have secured, but here, this one's secured because we have a little passcode to type in. What else are we supposed to do? Oh, click properties. Properties. There, it's on. When you're on a public network, and sometimes when you connect the first time with a Windows laptop to a wireless network, it quite often asks this question. Is this a public or a private network? Have you seen that question before? When you've connected? No? Yes?
Yes.
Probably. Yeah, I probably haven't connected to a new network recently. So if it's a private network, that would mean it's your home network. It's a work network. If you're going to a coffee shop or someplace where you have no idea who's on the network, you would pick public. Now we get all kinds of things down here. It's going to oh my gosh, record all these settings. What's the easiest way to record all these settings, do you think?
Oh, take a screenshot.
Yeah, that's what I would say. There you have all the settings. All right, so what are your TCP/IP settings using static or dynamic addressing? And now I'm trying to find that in here and I'm not seeing it. Interesting. They're asking a question there's not an answer for here. Oh, there it is. It's at the top. I missed it. So automatic DHCP, dynamic host configuration protocol, means that there's a device in the network that hands out information to your host, your client, that tells it how to operate on the network. You've probably never ever had to set up a static IP address for anything. You do set up static IP addresses for wireless access points because you don't want it moving around. My servers are on static addresses. So let's take a quick look at our computers. We'll go to start and type in CMD. We're going to bring up the command prompt and use the most popular command that you use on Windows to see what's going on with your network. It is ipconfig, which means it's going to show us our IP configuration /all. Whoops, with a space, because all is an argument saying, I want all of it, just not a little bit of it. Well, if we just do ipconfig, see, it gives you some information. Oh, now I lost my mouse again. There it is. So we have, in my case, I'm connected to the network with my computer by an Ethernet connection. I know that because I have a cable sticking out the back of my computer. All the computers in the room have that. You're probably going to have a wireless one that's connected. See, mine's disconnected right now. There's also another one. If you have VirtualBox on your computer, you're going to have this fake adapter. What's the difference between this one and this one? What's different about those two? This is not a trick question.
One of them's local, one of them's like.
Look at these numbers. Right. The default gateway is how you get out of your network to somewhere else. So in my case, the default gateway in almost any case on any network, coffee shop, WNCC internet, the gateway is how you get to the internet. If you don't have that, you can only work in your local network. So if you see missing pieces like this, you know this is not a real network. So you will never, ever put this address down in any assignment I will ever give you. Do you make a note of that? Yes, never, ever. It has to have a gateway. Everything we're working with has to have the full pieces of information. And so if we look at the IP address and the subnet mask, that's part of what they're asking. Well, are your TCP IP settings using static or dynamic? Well, are we using static or dynamic here? We can't tell, can we? So let's run the ipconfig command again with the /all. Now, when you're in a console or a client, when you're in a command line, you can cursor up and it'll bring up the history of all the commands you've ever typed as long as the command prompt is open. So I can cursor up ipconfig /all. Now I have all kinds of information. Look at all that. Ooh. But if I keep going up, there is my real network adapter. DHCP enabled, yes. So I'm automatically getting information from the DHCP server. So far, so good. This number identifies each host on the network. So 10.0.1.1 is my router firewall gateway sitting in the closet. This is one of my servers that hands out IP addressing information to anybody that connects to Wild West. This is my IP address. 10.0.1.59. Everyone in this room is going to have a different last number. 10.0.1 is the network address. This is my unique address because, for example, Owen, you won't have 59. What's your last number?
103.
Yeah. How about you, Hope?
137.
Yeah. So they're all going to be different because each of these is a different client. It's how they identify each other. All right, so on this one, it says, what is the first IPv6 address? Well, there's two versions of Internet IP protocol, which is addressing. That's how we address things. At this point, we're really not using IP version 6 much, but they're asking what it is. Yeah.
Why is why are the gateway, the default gateway, why is it the same?
Say that again.
The default gateway address, why is it the same?
What do you mean, why is it the same?
Like, it's the same number.
Oh, this is the only thing that's unique in this network is your host address. We all have all the same settings. That's how we navigate the network.
Okay.
So it's like if we all lived on the same street, my house would be 59, yours would be 103, yours would be 137, but we'd all be whatever street we're on. So this identifies our street. So they all are going to be the same in this room. Now, if we look over here and we look at the IP address and all that down here, well, see, it's different. It's 10.0.0. And they don't list the same information that we saw earlier. This is listed differently. So there is the IPv4 address. This is the IPv6 address. What's the model name of your Intel adapter? There it is. Oh, this is the same one I have on my computer. Interesting. Yeah, Intel Wi-Fi 6. What Wi-Fi protocol is the connection using? Right there. There's various editions of Wi-Fi. The access point up there supports everything up to Wi-Fi 5, which means 802.11 AC. Wi-Fi 6 just came out like in the last year or so. That one's not new enough to support it. So as the numbers get higher, you get fast, you get more bandwidth, you get wider frequencies, it works better. But in this room, that's as far as we can go. But that's the protocol. What Wi-Fi protocols will the installed adapter support? Well, everything up to Wi-Fi 6. And this is 5. So this supports one newer than what's, well, in this room and on this network. So far, so good? All right, so what's the MAC address? Look at this thing. It's called the MAC address or the physical address. Now this is a physical address burned on every network card and every device you ever connect to the network. Everyone has a unique MAC address. My MAC address is right up here, MAC or physical. This is burned onto my network card, which is why they call it physical, because it's physically burned into the network card. That one should not be used anywhere else in the entire world, theoretically. They're all supposed to be unique, and they make sure it's unique by the manufacturers cooperating and saying, well, these numbers go with me, these numbers go to you, and then they try to make them all different. So these are going to be identical it's going to be different for everybody. So far, so good. So this isn't making a lot of sense yet, but we're just getting some of the names of things going and trying to understand what they are. So, oh yeah, close the settings window. Let's see what's next. Oh, how are your TCP/IP settings assigned? How are they assigned? What's the answer?
All of this.
Yeah, it really is all of them because it is DHCP specifically, but it's also dynamic and it's automatic, meaning you don't have to do anything. You connect to the Wi-Fi network, you got all the settings automatically. That should be right. Oh my God. I'm not typing this thing in. Oh, that's horrifying. Right? Why would they make you do this? That doesn't even make sense. You can tell I didn't do this last. Oops, and I need to back up and re-record this. There we are. So Wi-Fi 5 is what the connection is using. All of these are supported by the adapter. If the adapter supports Wi-Fi 6, it supports everything earlier, and these are all legitimate Wi-Fi protocols. And when we go to next, then we have to type in, again, yet another ridiculous physical address. And then we're going to go next, and hopefully you get it right. Uh-oh. I got 3 out of 6. That's not bad.